ramifications of the complex relationship of the left and Jewishness, Ted Cruz, many politically conservative American Jews were more interested in debunking her claim of Jewish heritage as if it was an attempt at affiliation with Judaism. Wow, okay. So we have to be careful. We have to take this really slow because you're going to get confused and it's going to mess you up. Okay, this is the last part of this. In 1991, George H.W. Bush took on the Israel lobby and paid for it. In its article, How Lonely Little George H.W. Bush Changed the U.S.-Israel Relationship, the Times of Israel reports the 41st president beat AIPAC but lost 24% of his Jewish backing after confronting Israel over the settlements. It's a lesson U.S. leaders since have taken to heart. Ted Cruz. The Israeli newspaper states that Bush made clear the cost of an American president waging a political fight against the vast coalition of pro-Israel lobbying groups. In doing so, he exposed the limits of what the world's most powerful man can do when oppressed by Israel partisans. In 1991, Bush told Israel that the U.S. would not give Israel $10 million in loan guarantees until Israel stopped building settlements in the West Bank and Gaza. Settlements are illegal under international law, Bush stated. I think the American people will strongly support me in this. I'm going to fight for it because I think this is what the American people want, and I'm going to do absolutely everything I can to back those members of the United States Congress who are forward-looking into their desire to see peace. So in my opinion, my friends, don't ever expect this situation to change. The war against Russia will continue, and Israel will just murder and bulldoze over millions of people or whatever it is, hundreds of thousands of people until they get what the fuck they want. It doesn't matter what country it's in. Even here, they've already got you believing a psyop. Thomas Stein, the then executive director of the American Israel Public Affairs Committee, declared that September 12th, they love playing around with that mid-September shit. When Bush announced he would tell Congress the request for the guarantees must be deferred for 120 days, would be a day that lives in infamy for the American pro-Israel community. And this shows former Israeli Prime Minister Yitzhak Shamir with Thomas Stein, the guest of honor at the Zionist Organization of America dinner in New York by David Karp. Stein lamented that this president did what no other president has done. He held a special press conference on this issue and challenged not just congressional efforts to proceed with the guarantees legislation money, but Israel's overall aid levels. He was just like, I'm not giving you any money if you keep going against international law. This is bullshit. Actually, once before, after Israel invaded Egypt and occupied Egypt's Sinai Peninsula in 1956, Republican President Dwight D. Eisenhower had threatened to cut off more than $100 million in annual U.S. aid if Israel didn't withdraw. Israel withdrew, but first systematically destroyed infrastructure in the Sinai Peninsula, including roads, railroads, telephone lines, and all the houses in 2 tiny villages. But 3 decades later, when Bush was president, the Israel lobby was far stronger, and few dared to go against it. Haritz said the pro-Israel lobby was shocked by the determination of the Bush administration to postpone congressional consideration of the guarantees, which it had carefully crafted with the Israeli government and expected to sail through Congress when the White House in early October. An AIPAC official had predicted that the guarantees would pass like a knife through butter. Making his case, Bush pointedly reminded Israel that just months ago, American men and women risked their lives to defend Israelis before the face of Iraqi Scud missiles, and that the Gulf War had achieved the defeat of Israel's most dangerous adversary. Referring to Saddam Hussein, it just never ends. Moreover, he said his administration had approved $4 billion in military aid for Israel, representing nearly $1,000 for every man, woman, and child, and had already given Israel millions in loan guarantees. During the onslaught, 1,000 Jewish Americans from at least 35 states descended on Congress, demanding the loan guarantees to go through to Israel. But Bush complained there are 1,000 lobbyists up on the Hill today lobbying Congress for loan guarantees for Israel, and I'm one lonely little guy down here asking Congress to delay its consideration of loan guarantees for 120 days. The lobbying had been organized with a conference of presidents of major Jewish organizations and AIPAC. Here's Netan going nuts as usual.
We will make our demands and they will make their demands, but we're not prepared to negotiate one thing: our neck, our head, our heart, our...
I can't cope with this dude. Talk about a demon going to hell. Bush had long opposed Israeli settlements. His Secretary of State, James Baker, had told Israel in 1989, forswear annexation, stop settlement activity. Plus, communism ended under HW. Yet everybody, all the Zoomers, the millennials, and all, I hate George W. Bush. Really? He risked a second term for the exact thing that you're bitching about day and night. Okay, I'm going to have to cut this one now because I've been sitting here for a while and I've got some stuff to do. So, wow.